pretty interesting one in that regard. But overall a good game. And again, have to remind you guys. Oh, interesting plane. Oh no, are we gonna get the laggy plane now? Hopefully it won't be the case. But plane. Okay. The plane is doing its own things today. Let's have a look at exactly how our plane is doing today. Where is our plane? There it is. This is what you call drunk piloting. That seems better. Thank you, plane, for going back to normal. Thank you. That's a lot better. But players, they're heading on out of the plane. They're trying to find their loot spots. All the coaches jumping out to die. What I wanted to say before is remember that the games are being uploaded. So if you don't have time to sit and watch today or some other day, the games are being uploaded to YouTube. You can do !YT in the chat on Twitch, and you can find the link to the YouTube channel. The games from yesterday are already uploaded there, and now, well, without waiting any longer, let's hop on down. Which one do we take? Right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's go left this time. Lamberlot and Tamil against Sixmo and Mithralius. Smash just punched Calvin to death. That's a knock. That's BM. Yep, Calvin just got punched to death by Smash. I guess he smashed him. Quite literally. Tamil, Lamberlot, they're backing off. Maybe they want to go out and help Sims. He would make sense because he's now on his own versus 2. If you hop on over. Let's see. No helmet so far. Does have a... Oh, no vest, I should say, so far. Does have a level 1 helmet, but of course you do really want to get a vest. Especially when you're up against an M4 and a Vector. Even Vector, even more scary, to be fair. Up close. In particular, against no vests, that is a laser. That is practically instant death because it fires off so many bullets in a really, really short amount of time. Plenty of bullets, should be all good for Simsy, but it's the no vest thing that could really end up hurting him. Let's see. Smash. Around the back of the building, tagged up twice. Simpson able to find him. Tumblr's coming in to help, I believe. He's kind of running over in that direction, but he also, of course, doesn't have the greatest loadout. Neither of these people do. But, oh, knock. Tamil has to really sprint forward. He has a pistol. Come on, Tamil, I believe. I believe. The first competitive pistol knock in 2020. Let's go. Let's go. I believe. I don't think Tamil believes. More knocks. More punches. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. Lamberlot, you need to do a hell of a lot of damage if you want to make this one through. Mithralius. Tagged up, Tamil does go down, and once again, DA prevails. Diamond Dogs out in 17th place, and DA, well, they live to see another circle. Well, potentially, but they're alive for longer. 4 kills once more as they take out Diamond Dogs yet again. Team Unique splitting way out down south, plenty of control, unfortunately for them, though. Circle has gone up towards the northeast, so they ain't gonna be able to get a whole lot off of that split in terms of control. Navi doing their pearls on a string, ding 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 ding, split down towards like through Camp Bravo, and then as you can see here, Omark and they're pushing further north, and I think they're aware, like they know that DA and Diamond Dogs are fighting, meaning they jump further north because normally they'd be fighting over this compound that Vasco's actually already in. So because they knew, okay, they fight it further north, that means this should be open, and that's why I think you see Vasco and Paige pushing this one, because Paige is running, as you can see, miles out in the open. Like, he's way out in the open here, but they're aware that they have this area to themselves, and, well, maybe not for that much longer, because it does seem like DA are eyeing the compound. They are looking down in this direction. Paige might get caught out while running. Here he is, miles out in the open. Oh, did he? Oh, I think Paige actually just saw... Yes, he must have. The way that he's moving around. He's looking up over the hilltop, you can see. He's looking uphill towards DA, and that was a really, really good spot. Whether it was him or whether it was Vasco spotting them and giving the info across, that is a hot pixel to spot. Worked out, though, Navi wanting revenge. Actually, it wasn't them fighting last game. It was Phantom who took them down, but to start off here, Millman finds one. Best of luck, and now Phantom are charming in on this one. Best of luck. Goes down as well. Sunsea goes down to James. It's the same teams that fight over and over again. Adams and Team Liquid squaring off. That's a little further down towards the south. Let's see how that one is going. Phantom did get the knock onto one before. Now Sunsea's gone down and returned. The rest came in as well. Nate was thrown forward. No damage done though. Kmart is trying to wrap underneath. Senya and the other thing you see, this is where I need to get a split screen. Somehow I need to be able to split screen my observing. That would be insane if I could observe 2 fights at the same time. I'm sorry, it's just not possible. I tried to be everywhere at the same time, but it's not gonna happen. K-Mind? Do you K-Mind, Phantom? No, he doesn't. Doesn't go down. Able to stay alive. DA pushing up into that one now as well. Mithralius able to do damage. Let's hop back on over. There's a 4-way fight going up on the hill up here. Example is all by himself. Mithralius pushing forward. Able to get one more. And that's a full-on wipe. Mithralius, one-man armying the entirety of Tornado Energy. Great playing there, but casualties are going in. Unfortunately, not really working out for DA. They do have 8 kills already, so it's a great game, but they do go down, as you can see, in 14th place. 5 teams now fighting for this hilltop. DA goes down, but they did manage to rack up 8 points. So even though they go down before the 6-minute marker in the game, it's still been a very, very good game for them points-wise. I mean, if you can get 8 points in a Sanok game, you're pretty much top 4 when the game is over. Buster, he found Tap on the other side. He's gonna spot one more, but Tap finds the second. He's gonna continue to push around the side, gets the flush on towards 1. Ubi goes down as well, and Tap finds 3. Kemba is there for the final, and that's Navi now securing their 4th point. They did lose Senya earlier, and Best Luck is knocked as well. The rest should be coming in though, but now you can see Omargan pushing up to try and see if they can get some kills. We've already lost 5 teams, so we're only at the 6.5-minute mark. This is insanity. And it's been the same 2 sites where we have all the brawls go down. So those of you guys who are excited to see the upcoming GLL Season 4 Grand Finals, where a lot of these teams will be fighting, look for some of these same areas. Maybe teams will completely avoid them because they go, oh my lord, you remember in scrims when this happened? We do not want to go there. Or maybe they'll go back to them again once it's games that actually count. Try and see if they can find some more action there. Oh, Vasco, had you had 1 or 2 more bullets in that one, I think you might have been able to find yourself a knock, but no, fortunately, Tap able to get away, gets the first hit off, able to run off, and this is a little unusual for Navi to go for those center positions early and try and take those fights to the opponents. It's not something you see that often. It's not something you see with them engaging early, but they were on the ridge, they tried to push in, they were somewhat center in the circle already, and I think they just tried to force something. It worked out. They got a couple of kills. They got 4 kills, I believe, and they still have all but 1 player alive. So it's not the worst situation for them at all. Circle. Well, it's out east. Should go away from water real soon. Let's see here. Mise able to spun out Searong and waits. No kills coming in. He has to just book it. He is just sending it full speed forward, trying to get to safety. Yep, that makes perfect sense too. Just go. Just go. No reason to stick around for much longer, to be fair. Liquid, they're looking up towards Omargan. Vasco trying to make a run for it. He found him some cover on the other side. Page now from up here might be able to spot out some Liquid players, but this whole hill fight for them is not really going to be an easy fight to take. You don't want to push down into it because it's a steep downhill run across a road. At the same time, if you want to position yourself, like, you always need to have a guy with eyes up this hill. You have to have a guy looking up behind to make sure no one's pushing, and they can't do that while trying to focus on Liquid. So for Omargan to take the fight in this area, if they try to go aggressive on it, it could really work against them. Team Liquid, no, that's TSM. The fact that we can see Vex's corpse in the air goes to tell me that there were 3 guys in that vehicle and blown up. They tried to rotate around the south side. It makes perfect sense. It's a good rotation, good idea to try and wrap around and maybe make it down to Kampong. But Racier Edge were there ready and waiting. And well, I guess if you wanna rotate around the edge of the circle, you have to expect to get killed by Racier Edge. You know? No, was that one too? Yeah, no. I'll pull that one back. It wasn't a good one. I'll scratch that one off the book. I tried it. I tested my joke. You guys are my audience for my test jokes, and that one is. I'm not gonna use that one again. I'm sorry. Oh, my humor is so horrible. Mexi looking for kills uphill. He does know that T-Bone's around. I mean, they've been having this, not really a brawl, but just like a few bullets fired back and forward with Omargan for a little while now. He knows that they're around these compounds, but the main issue for Liquid is if this one goes just anywhere east, it has to go on land, we know that, but if it goes northeast, if it goes southeast, they need to find a way to wrap around the the Omagan team, and I'm not sure how they're planning on doing that. James, back to bold actions. It's been a while, James. Let's see what you got. Blaze are still chilling on the west side, expecting that hard western shift, and I think that makes pretty good sense, to be fair. I don't think it's too bad of an idea to sit around here. Wait, okay, that one didn't connect. What do you got for us, James? Can you connect one? Page is on the roof. Vasquez inside, swapping on over to the 2X AR. As he comes peeking on over. That's good info to give across. Look at that. He's staying behind the entirety of Liquid are pushing across in the exact same moment. I think they've read the 2-2 split. They're realizing these guys are split, and now Vasco and Page are trying to make a run for it. But will it be too late? We'll have to see as the two Omagan players are trying to really send it back towards the teammates. This is a great play by Liquid, to be fair. It took them a while to read the split, or at least to commit to the push, but they read it in the end of it. They thought, you know what, guys? I think there's only 2 guys in that compound. I think they're actually splitting off 2-2, and I think that's what allowed for them to push further forward. Of course, New Circle did pop, and it did keep them inside, but they just got so much more control off of making that aggressive push. They forced Omagan back. They didn't fall for the bait. They, or the bluff, I should say. Omagan couldn't really convince Liquid that there was a full team in that compound. They had to back off. So both a really good play by Liquid to make the push across, but also a really smart play by Omagan to read that they were making that push and get back safely and not lose anyone trying to defend 2v4. Always live to fight another day. And if you're Omagan, you're sitting pretty much dead center in the circle right now with plenty more fights to take if that's what you want to do. So, smart play on both sides. Let's see now Team Unique. Pokemolodoy looking for Ratio Edge on the other side. Lost goes down instantly. That's stand-in finding him. But the remaining Ratio Edge or Rye players are pushing forward. Cold Up running up. We have Lynxy already up on the ridge line here. And then Gaxi is pushing further underneath. You can kind of see with the overview. News footage camera, helicopter. Looking to follow the action. I should have my little Toby News thing in the bottom corner. So many things I could do if I was a full production team. But I'm not. I don't think... Do they know Gax's position? I'm not sure they did. Now they obviously do. He's trying to push further around the bottom, but he might get caught out, and indeed he does. Play with me, able to find the knock-on towards him. Pokemon damage done with a nade. Has to play this one careful. Colda is trying to push around the bottom side. They're allowed to stay by themselves for now, but if you look at the minimap in your bottom right corner, you can see Northern Lights team are starting to creep their way forward, maybe wanting to third-party this, and that's something that this team is very good at doing. Poker's gonna get caught out. He's gonna get spotted out by Colda Mensa as well. You had to play with him, he committed to the rest, but a doozy did go down. Colta finds one more, so 2 knocks coming, but he gets caught reloading, and that's going to be the end of Ratio Edge, unfortunately. Didn't have that much room to work around. The rock didn't grant him the cover that he needed, and he goes down. Did find the knock and the flush on one, but went down immediately after. Battling deep, they crossed over to try and see if they can get some angles on towards the Unique and Ratio Edge fight, but the fight is already over, and I think that's the end of it. So again, 33 alive at 13 minutes. That is not something you see very often. It is very quiet. Very quiet indeed. Many cars being used today as well. Many cars being used today. You guys noticed it. A lot of vehicles being used in these first two, or only 2, I guess you can say, Sanok games. Tenderlost by himself out towards the east. It's not where you want to be. Of course, the circle could technically go back out there, but nope. Ain't gonna happen. It's gonna send up Omagan and Liquid sitting smack bang center, and I'm expecting they want to stay. I think for Liquid, they don't want to have a 2-1-1 split now. They must expect people to want to push towards them, but at the same time, if they can maintain this split for just one more circle, they will know for a fact that everyone is going to be crouched up on the south side. Like everywhere down here is going to be where all the opponents are, and that's going to feed them a lot of information to work off, and most likely going to put them into, if not top 5, then something close to it. A lot of teams should be going down with all these teams forced to push forward. Now Lassa finds the knock on to Ivel. The rest should be coming in, though, I would assume. They're backing off immediately, and as I said, I mean, I do expect the rest to be coming in at some point soon. Looking for more, though. Everybody here needs to push further forward. A 4-man team, 4-man team, 4-man team, 4-man team. A lot of people still alive on these lineups because we've had so many teams eliminated early, which means there's that much more room to maneuver around. That much more room for people to transition means that the teams who do stay alive also usually manage to keep all 4 players up and running. Waits, shooting over towards Battle and able to find the knock on towards him as well. Great spray down with the 3x. We've seen some insane 3x sprays from multiple players, and Waits has been one of them lately, both in the scrims and also at the GLL Season 4 EMEA qualifiers. Very, very, very good spray control from Waits on multiple occasions. Always tricky to control this, especially for me and other people who aren't as gifted as some of these players. Woohoo! Thendalos using the stairs to his advantage, blocking a few bullets going in, and fortunate for him, Timmy also missing a few is going to be able to keep him alive. Now Na'Vi, only 2 players left alive. Kemba, best luck trying to push forward. They did find the knock on towards Iroh, should be able to get the flush on towards him as well. But nothing confirmed just yet in terms of flushes. Best of luck, no helmet. Can't really push up towards Iroh. They should expect, I mean, are they actually committing to try and get the rest up here? That's going to be dangerous. They should be aware, WCSG, that Omakan is pushing up from behind. And I think that's why you see them back off now. Yes, indeed, they do. They don't want to engage fully on this. They want to back off after all. Now spotting Omakan on the hillside. Don't want to aggress too much on that one either. A little dangerous for them to make that push on forward. Thendalos prone out in a smoke in the middle of the street. That's not what you want to be doing. Best of luck does go down. T-Bone finds him. Gets the flush in there. Thendalos tries to run further forward. Where can you go here, buddy? You do still have 4 first aids. It's phase 5, though. You're just outside the circle. You have Nuki sitting inside the circle, underhanding a Nate now trying to do something. That's a little bit of a solo engagement happening there. Miraku did go down. Don't want to knock him if you're Samsey, so I can't really throw a nade over there either. Ibel now going down to Vart. There's so many engagements happening on this hillside, trying to see what they can make of it. Vates finds one. The sprayed up through the smoke. He's been found. Unfortunately, Miraku did go down as well. Kemba able to get the kill, but Sona Boys are eliminated, and so are Na'Vi immediately after. So we're down to just 7 teams. As I said, there's going to be so much concentration of fire on that eastern side of the circle, and that's pretty much where all the teams just got eliminated. So kind of goes as expected, that all the fights would happen out on this side, and that's where the placement points would be obtained. Team Unique trying to push underneath into Glory. That's not a bad play necessarily, as long as they can keep their northwest side. Like, actually, as long as they can keep one of the sides clear. It doesn't really matter which one it is. As long as they can keep one side clear, it should be a pretty safe push forward. Waits again out there dealing damage. Sirong with the smoke in hand. Might not see Deep on the side. He does not indeed. Caught jumping, actually. Sirong goes down. Deep finds the knock. Able to throw a nade forward now as well. Has 3 more to lob forward. Might buy him the time needed to get the rest on towards Spiro. But as you can see here, Circle is encroaching. And despite it not being too fast, they still don't have that much time to work around. Sirong, the rest hasn't been committed to just yet. He's still crawling backwards. He's inside the circle now, so that's going to buy them a little bit of extra time. Demon Spiro still alive and kicking. Waits now taken down by Samsey. That's an engagement from the other side. And that's what happens when you take these fights and they last too long. You are going to get third party. It's Samsey doing damage, but it's going to be Deep to get the knock. Vard actually going to be the one to get the flush, though. So despite the fact that it's Northern Lights to get the knock, the flush is stolen. Yoinked by the WTSG team. Goes down low HP. Perfectix trying to push forward. Here comes WTSG again. Once more third party in. Omakan, 4th partying. Other teams, 5th partying. Welcome to Sanok, where everything is up for grabs. K-Mine connects last one there. Northern Lights team eliminated. And that's going to alleviate some of the pressure on that southeastern side. It does allow for Team Liquid to now turn around and focus on what's happening on the south and the west side, as opposed to down towards the east, where K-Mine was sitting, because no more should be coming from there. Now Goose finds the last one there, so that's WGSG eliminated. T-Bone able to take down Blassa as well. Blaze, despite having been on that more quiet side of the circle, are starting to lose players now. The Omakan pushing over the top. And in all fairness, gotta say, Omakan, their ability to be able to keep 4 alive this game has been impressive. I mean, it's not an easy area to try and hold off people, but the fact they only lose Ibel in this entire brawl is pretty impressive. Page, you can see, he's over the top. He's looking for that last player from After All, and I think he just saw him. No DMRs, has the M16. Tap, tap, tap away. It's always tricky when you used to have a mini or a DMR with a certain bullet speed, and you're forced to play with an AR that shoots a little different. Sometimes you lead your target a bit too much, sometimes you're a bit too close, and you're gonna whiff those when you're used to playing with specific other guns. James, Molotov in hand, throws one forward. The does get flushed out. That one is gonna be right on the feet of Stand-in. Had this been the new patch, which is alive tomorrow, by the way. New patch coming out tomorrow. Stand-in probably would have been able to... Well, now he did get knocked anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I was gonna say, you can't heal them anymore. Ooh, Liquid, don't over-aggress on this. Do not lose players here. They do know that they have a bit of room to work with and a bit of time as well. After all, out Unique are as well. And Liquid can now turn their attention to the team that they forced out earlier. They claimed the control, they claimed the area, and now they can take that final fight of the game with Omarken. Once in the chat if you think Liquid's gonna win. 2 in the chat if you think Omarken is gonna win. Where's your bet, guys? Place them now. You can win nothing, but nothing is also fun to win sometimes. 4v2. You would have to think this is gonna go the way of Liquid. But then again, we did see Vart yesterday, 1v3 the entirety, or not the entirety, but they get a 1v3 against Liquid, so you never know. You never know. Let's see T-Bone of Vasco, what they can pull off here. Again, as I said, it's gonna be difficult. They do have the circle to some extent, but this is going to be hard. It's gonna be more of a loss on Liquid sides than a win on Omarken's side, you'd have to think, unless if they can really pull off some magic. James, did he spot Vasco? He might have seen him, I'm not sure. But you can see Liquid, they're not gonna give up anything here. They're playing it slower, they're playing it together. And okay, might spot it out. Forcing Vasco a little further back. I was gonna say James should be able to see him at some point soon, and indeed he does. Game does have smokes, no nades to lob on over the top there. Could have been a somewhat easy kill on towards Vasco. And been able to bounce a nade over, but nope, not gonna happen. Vasco is still alive, he's outside the circle. Final one sent is up, T-Bone is below. Might be able to do something, and if you're came out here, and if you're Liquid in general, just push it together. 4v2, you should have things going your way. T-Bone spotted behind the rock. You can see they're trying to sweep the entire bottom side of this one. T-Bone, what can you do? A lot of damage needs to come in from you, buddy. Vasco is getting caught out. More and more in trouble by the second. T-Bone, damage done on towards Maxi, but not enough to find it. And bada bing, bada blip. Liquid get themselves the second win. I mean, their first win, but in game number 2, they got themselves a chicken dinner. 9 kills. Great play from both these teams, to be fair. Liquid, they took control early. They did not fall for the bluff of them having 4 people in that one compound. James stayed back, secured the compound, allowed for the remaining